All right, how's it going, everybody? I want to welcome you to tonight's Stay True call. We have a special guest speaker on the call with us tonight, Lori Werner. She is a two-star Diamond Beachbody coach. She has all kinds of accolades. She is a three-time President's Club winner with her current company that she works full-time for. She's in medical device sales, so she continues to excel in that area and also in her Beachbody business. She is a Success Club All-Star, but 2 or 3 months away from being a legend.
Yeah.
That's Success Club 10, right?
Yeah, Success Club 10.
So not 5. She's not messing around with 5. She's Success Club 10 legend, almost a legend there. So that's an amazing feat there. As we all know, the race to Success Club. So congratulations on that, Lori. I'm sure we'll be able to officially congratulate you here in a couple months. Let's see, you have kids, right? You work full-time, you have 2 kids, husband, house that you have to keep up and everything like that. And yet you still have been successful with your Beachbody business. So last year you were a 2015 Premier Coach. And I'm not going to steal, I think on your one slide you're ranked, is it 171st in the company right now?
Yep.
Yeah, wow. She's ranked as all the 400,000 coaches in Team Beachbody, you are in the top 200, which is amazing to me. So you're doing something right, and we're here to learn from you, Lori. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you. If you want to go ahead and share your screen, that would be awesome.
All right, let's see if I can get this to work right here. All right, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, you can? All right, awesome. So thank you, Glenn. Glenn and I, we both have done medical device sales, so we kind of buddied up. Him and I share gory medical device stories every now and then, and kind of brainstorm about Beachbody. And so I was excited to be able to do this call just because this is a question that I get. It's probably, one of the number one objections that I get for people joining Beachbody, but also, even with my current coaches, just people trying to juggle everything that you have to do as a working parent. And I think a lot of times it's what prevents people. It's like the biggest excuse for people to get going because they see a lot of the, super top coaches, and, a lot of them maybe are stay-at-home moms, or they don't work anymore. And they think, well, of course they're successful. They don't have to work. They don't have everything on their plate that I do. And so my hope is to let you guys know that you can be extremely successful at this business while you work. You don't have to be doing this business just to get out of your job. I mean, maybe you really like your job. But I really think that doing this business is a smart thing to do from a financial standpoint. If you are a working person, it's a great backup plan. If something falls apart with your job, you have a plan B. You do have the potential to replace your income if you choose to. I also think a lot of the skills that you learn as a coach make you a better worker in your job. And so my hope tonight is I'm going to hopefully inspire you guys, let you know that you can do it. And I'm going to tell you kind of exactly what my day is like and how I fit in Beachbody into my day. So with that, I will get started. And at the end, you guys feel free to ask me some questions. So just a little bit about my story. So I actually signed up in 2011 as just a discount coach. So I kind of kick myself every day now, like seeing a lot of these people that are super successful, and I signed up before them and I just really didn't do anything with it. And the reason I didn't do anything with it was, number one, I liked my job. I work in medical device sales, and basically what that is, it's a super fun job. It's an extremely lucrative job. I've made over 6 figures a year for the last 9 years of my career. I have won pretty much every award that you can win in the medical device world. I've won President's Club. I've gone to Paris. I've gone to Italy. I've gone to Hawaii on my company. So like the trips and all that really weren't even, it's kind of like I already was doing that in my job that I had. And what I do in my job, for those of you guys that don't know what medical device sales is we sell different medical products, and I'm in surgical sales, which means I go into surgery every day with doctors and teach them how to do surgery using my products. So it's a fun job. It's different every day, but also it's extremely stressful. And like I said, I really kind of like poo-pooed the whole Beachbody thing, and I just did it for the discount because I like the workouts and I like the Shakeology, and I really wasn't looking to get out of my job. So that really actually kind of held me back. So I added a few coaches between 2011 and 2013. I added a few coaches here and there. I never went to a Super Saturday. I never even listened to a National Wake Up Call. And then somehow somebody, I don't even remember who, I think it was my neighbor down the street that's also a coach. She was going to Summit in 2013. And I was like, all right, fine, I'll go. And I had absolutely no idea what I was getting into. And when I went to that, I went into it a complete skeptic, and I came out of it. Within 12 months, I signed up 56 coaches. And really what it was I went there and I'm like, holy cow, you guys, I have the skills. I could do this. Like, I would see some of the people on stage. I'm like, man, I know way more people than that person knows. Or I have all these skills that I have in my job that I had no idea were translatable to Beachbody coaching. And I'm very much the type of person, like, if somebody tells me how, like, I don't really need a lot of rah, rah, sis, boom, bye, you can do it. I already know I can do, I can do well at whatever I set my mind to. What I needed was somebody to tell me what to do. And if they told me what to do, I knew that I could do it. And that's really what that Summit experience gave to me was, okay, now I know what to do. I'm just going to go out and do it. So since 2013, I've built this business, on the side. A couple things is I've been able to grow my income. Next month, we're actually moving into a much bigger house than our current house, and I'm paying my entire mortgage and my escrow with my Beachbody money that I get every month. I'm also able to pay cash for all my kids' travel sports. My son plays travel hockey, and my daughter does competitive dance, both of which are in the multiple thousands of dollars, and I can pay cash for that up front with my Beachbody money. And at this point, I'm on track to be in the $100,000 earner probably within the next 12 months, still doing this on the side. Right now, my team of my personally sponsored coaches and their coaches is about 200 people. And mostly, I would say 95% of them are working moms. And currently, like Glenn said, I'm ranked number 171 in the company. So just to tell you guys what my typical day is. So just to let you know, I'm as busy as all of you guys, so I totally get it. I wake up every day at 5:30 in the morning, and I get ready to go to surgery and make customer sales calls. So between the hours of 7 and 4, I am in about 5 to 6 surgeries. And then in between, I make calls to physicians' offices. I'm on work conference calls, and I do admin stuff, all the stuff that I hate to do in my job, like expense reports and those kind of things. And then I do try to take a lunch break. Sometimes my lunch break is in my car, but I use that time, about an hour in the middle of my day, just to check on my Facebook for my Beachbody stuff. So I comment on the challenge group posts. I check my team page to see if there's any questions. I just kind of do things that I can do quickly, just like liking people's posts, telling them good job in my challenge groups. And I can do that pretty quickly. And then if there's anybody that had sent me a message and I can just respond real quick on my phone, I do that. From 4 to 5, I drive home. And I listen to personal development. I also listen to my personal development on the way to work. So I do not listen to the radio anymore. I listen usually on my way to work. I listen to some kind of just positive personal development, like Joel Osteen, just to kind of like get me mentally ready for my day. I deal with a lot of grumpy people all day long. So I feel like listening to something positive on my way to work just helps me get in the right mindset. And then on my way home, I usually try to listen to some kind of how-to personal development to help me be a better coach. And I'll tell you guys in a little bit what some of those things are. So that way I'm getting my motivation and I'm getting my how-to all in one day. And then at 5:15, I get home, I eat dinner, and I drive my kids to travel dance, travel soccer practice, hockey practice. They are old enough, my kids are 10 and 8, that I can drop them off and then pick them up. And their activities usually are a couple hours. So what I do then is I drive home and I do my 30-minute workout and I take my workout selfie. And then the kids get home, help them with homework, pack their lunches, and then they go to bed usually around 9 o'clock. And then from 9 to 10:30 or 10, depending on how tired I am that day, I do my Beachbody business stuff. So, and I'll tell you guys a little bit more about like what the details of exactly what I do. And then on the weekends, I do try to put in a little bit more time just to make up for, the lack of time that I have during the week. And mostly what that is planning. So that's planning my schedule for the month. And I'll go into that for you guys a little bit too. But I mean, as you can see, really, I'm doing a little bit of Beachbody during my lunch. And then mostly it's going to be from 9 to 10:30 at night is when I actually work on the business stuff. And then on the weekends, do a little bit of extra. So I kind of alluded to this at the beginning. I think that we can use being a working mom or a working dad as an excuse not to do everything that we have the potential for in our business. But I think that we can honestly really turn that around in thinking about what advantages you have of being a working coach. So if you think about somebody that is a stay-at-home mom and is a coach, I mean, how many people are they really seeing in a day? I mean, they're not really seeing that many people. And when you're at work, you have a much wider network of people that you would see in any given day. So like for me, it would be my coworkers, my customers, meetings that I go to. Even if I stop at, Panera Bread and I get my lunch there, I mean, there's people that you're seeing all day long. And I personally am very open about my Beachbody business with the people that I work with. So I know in certain situations, maybe that's not applicable to you, but me personally, I friend everybody that I come into contact with in a day. So I friend every nurse that's in the operating room that I see. I friend the lady that works at the reception desk. I friend my physicians. I friend my coworkers. My boss and my vice president of sales are my friends on Facebook. I don't really hide what I'm doing, but I also let them know that is not something that's going to interfere with my job. When I'm at work, I'm committed to doing my job. When I'm at home and I'm doing my Beachbody business, I'm committed to doing that. So I think so long as you don't take advantage of the time that you're actually supposed to be at work, there is not as much risk in having those people as your friends on your social media. And I will tell you guys that if you're consistent with your posts on Facebook, you don't even have to talk about Beachbody to people at work. You don't need to ask and invite them to your challenge group. If they're friends with you, they're going to start seeing your post. Like today, for example, I had 3 different nurses that I saw at random times throughout the day that all asked me about Shakeology. And I've never talked to them about it before. So it was just something that came up in conversation. And I don't really get into a ton of detail with them at work, but I'll just tell them, hey, when I get home tonight, I'll shoot you a message about it. So I think that you can look at being a working coach as an advantage that you do have a huge network of people that maybe someone that's a stay-at-home parent doesn't. And then just skills that are translatable to your job. So, I mean, we focus so much on personal development in Beachbody. I have never, ever in my job had anyone tell me about personal development or anything that is, I don't feel like my job like necessarily wants to develop me as a person. I mean, they want to develop my skills in my job, but not really as a person. And that's one thing that Beachbody, I think, it's just awesome, all of the personal development that we have available to us. And I think that it helps you in your job. Like I used to get so stressed out dealing with these rude customers, and I let it roll off my back now. And I think a lot of it is just that mental personal development that I've been able to get through Beachbody. And then I think learning to lead. So, you may not have an opportunity to be a leader at your company. Maybe you're not a manager, or maybe you are a manager. I mean, the things that we learn as leaders within Beachbody, I think is going to help you in your current job. And then working on a team. I feel like I'm a better team player at my job, because my job, I do work independently a lot. So I feel like the things that I've done with Beachbody have really helped me with that. And then other skills like things like marketing and social media and communication. These are all things like, just to give you guys an example, my company has a digital marketing department, and they were looking for ways to help our physicians grow their practice in terms of social media marketing, talking about the disease states that my company works with. And so I was appointed to be like the lead field person for social media for my whole entire company. And it's all because of the things that I know about social media marketing with Beachbody. And then even like communication, so like Zoom calls, my boss had never heard about Zoom calls before. We would just have all these conference calls, and then no one was really paying attention, and there was really not much interaction. And so now we can do things like Zoom calls. These are all things that I've been able to share with my boss and help him, have I guess a more cohesive team, and they appreciate those things. And again, those are all things that I learned as a coach that I think helped to differentiate me and make me a better employee than maybe my peers. Okay, so this is what you guys want to really probably know is just my tips for working coaches. So the number one thing is just using your drive time for personal development. So I used to listen to the Mojo in the Morning show in Detroit, and it's very entertaining, but honestly, it's not helping me in any way. Maybe it makes me laugh for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, but I decided about a year and a half ago that my morning commute was going to be my personal development. So like I said, I do an inspirational podcast, or I might listen to like a YouTube video, and I just listen to the audio part of it in the morning. And then in the afternoon, I listen to some kind of how to be a better coach, or how to recruit, or how to be a better leader type of podcast or book on my way home. And I'll share with you guys what some of those are in a second. And then use scheduling software. I personally use Post Planner. I love it because it has even like example posts. Like if you're like, I don't even know what the heck to post on Facebook, it's well worth the money. I forget how much I pay per month. It's not very much, maybe like $5 a month. And it allows you to plan out your posts. So I schedule my challenge group posts from that. I schedule my morning motivational quote and my lunchtime recipe all on that. And then I schedule all my calls to action based on the calendar that I'm going to share with you guys. So this is something that you can do at the beginning of the month. Sit down and go through the Team Beachbody website, for example. Save the recipes and post 30 recipes for the whole month to post at noon. I just every morning I just do a motivational quote that I like. So I go and Post Planner has examples of different motivational quotes. You can do it based on topic. You can do it, there's a ton of them on there. And so I just keep it simple. In the morning, I post a motivational quote. At lunch, I post a recipe. And then I post my call to action and my workout selfie. That's kind of my social media plan. It's super simple, but use a scheduling software to do that. It will make your life way, way easier.
Hey, Lori, real
yes.
quick, can you explain a call to action? Some people may not understand that.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll show you guys on the next slide. I'll just go forward so you can see it, and then I'll go back. But for example, a call to action. So I'm doing a What is Coaching group next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So a call to action post might be, so I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to schedule on Tuesday night some kind of post that says, hey, I'm so excited about this Beachbody coaching group that I'm doing, or what is a Beachbody coach? And that's a horrible, I really don't say it like that, but just to give you guys an example, the Tuesday post would be about the 3-day sneak peek into coaching, which is going to happen the next day. So same thing here. I'm talking about my challenge group, my 3-day, what is a challenge group that I'm hosting. So my call to actions are going to be on these days. So I'm going to schedule that. I'm going to think about what am I going to post about, and then I'm going to schedule that. So if I get busy and I'm taking my kids to a soccer tournament and I got a sick kid and I have to go to the grocery store because I have no food in my fridge, all that stuff is already done for me. And that's honestly what I do on the weekends. I kind of plan that stuff out. So let me go back and then I'll come back to this and kind of explain it a little bit more. So again, I do my business planning on the weekend. So I kind of plan out that calendar. I plan out, a couple of good call to action posts for those different events that I'm doing, and I schedule them. So again, during the week, the 1 hour that I have each day is really just like checking in with, it's like the basic stuff, checking in with challengers, creating my events, inviting, following up, messaging people. And the weekends is really more for the planning stuff. So create and follow a monthly marketing plan. Okay, honest to God, I really only started this maybe about 18 months ago. Before that, I had the throw spaghetti at the wall and hope something sticks approach, which doesn't work. So once you have a marketing plan, you literally just repeat it every single month. And I'm happy, Glenn, if you want, I can share mine on your event page. I'll post it on there so that you guys can see it. But I learned this from one of Anita Myron's YouTube videos, and it's just how to plan your month as a Beachbody coach. And I followed exactly the days that she does everything just to keep it simple. And then I create this for my team, and all of us follow the exact same plan. And then just lean on your team. So like I'm a doer, and for a long time, I was trying to do everything. I was trying to lead every challenge group. I was trying to do all the coach basics. It's almost impossible to do that. So, delegate and divide up tasks. Do your challenges with other working coaches. And, one person's going to be in charge of recipes. One person's going to be in charge of the daily motivational post. And one person's going to be in charge of managing the points for the challengers. Don't feel like you have to do it all. Divide and conquer. And honestly, you'll get better engagement in your challenge groups anyway. And then the other thing, you guys, is consider a virtual assistant once you get to about $2,000 a month or 50 personally sponsored coaches. I got a virtual assistant last year in November. So she has only been working for me maybe like 6 months. I actually found her on Upwork, which I will show you guys on a slide what that is. But she's actually in Thailand, and she works with a couple other Beachbody coaches, and she does like basic things for me, like my team leaderboard every week. She finds all of my new, my free leads and my free customers. She goes on Facebook and finds them for me and friends them and sends them a message, like all the things that I kind of wanted to do. And I had all these free customers, and I never really reached out to any of them because it just wasn't my number one priority. So I do have someone helping me now to do that. And she works maybe like 10 hours a week. But I don't think that's necessary maybe until, you want to do it when you can afford it too. And when you have a bigger team to manage, when that starts getting a little bit more difficult. Okay. So the calendar. So, what I do is the first 2 weeks of the month, I focus on recruiting for my challenge groups. So kind of forget this first week here because it's kind of a short week. So let's just pretend this is really our first week. So these 2 weeks right here, I am talking about my challenge groups. All of my posts in the evening are about my challenge groups or transformation pictures about people that are in challenge groups. That way you're hitting success club. So you're talking about challenges here, you're talking about challenges here. Now you've got your success club hit probably by the, middle of the month. Then my Beachbody challenge group always starts the third Monday of the month. So you have basically till the third Monday of the month to have all those conversations and then plug those people into your challenge group. As soon as that challenge group starts, my entire focus and all of my posts shift to talking about coaching. I usually run 1 3-day sneak peek into coaching and 1 1-hour happy hour type thing into coaching. The posts are exactly the same. On the 3-day group, I divide the posts up by 3 days and just post them over a 3-day period. In the 1-hour group, I post the exact same post about every 5 or 10 minutes for an hour. I can't really tell you guys which one works better. I'm kind of still testing them both out, but I think if you have 2 events related to coaching and then you spend 2 solid weeks recruiting for challengers and you do this every single month, again, you might only get 1 person the first month, and you might only get 1 coach 1 month. But the more and more you do it and the more and more people are seeing you post about it, all of a sudden more and more people start getting interested in it. So it's just like everything else. It's just that consistency. And if you do it, people almost expect that's what, what you're going to do. So this is a schedule that I share with my team, and then everybody kind of follows the same thing. This blue one right here, what is a challenge group, the 3-day group? I just started this last month and I kind of like it. So it's like a 3-day sneak peek into coaching, except we're just talking about challenge groups. Because I think sometimes people are like, what the heck is this challenge group thing? And then you do the free group, right? And you give away free clean eating recipes and all of that. And then how many of those people actually end up even joining your challenge group? Or they're like, oh, I'll just wait for the next free one. With the 3-day sneak peek into what is a challenge group, I feel like you have the opportunity, like it's less awkward to share with them like, oh, this is what PIO is. This is, for people who like yoga, this is what PIO is. Oh, for people that, love weights, this is hammer and chisel. And it just gives you a better opportunity to talk about the products. And then everybody on your team can post on a different topic. Like one person will post for 3 days about personal development. One person will post recipes for 3 days. Everybody posts their workout selfies, all the stuff that you would normally do in a challenge group, but then you're kind of also giving them information about what a challenge group is and what the products are that we have. So I kind of like that. And I feel like it helps our team too, to have another thing to invite to. It gets people more used to inviting people to stuff. So that's kind of how I do my schedule. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. All right. So almost done here, but just wanted to share with you guys some of my favorite things that I like to listen to. So again, I am not a super big person that needs to listen to a lot of like motivation. I feel like I need more how-to, because again, I have to be very efficient with my time, being that I work all day. So I love the Shalene show. She has a lot of good, she has so many good things on there. I mean, just how to deal with negative people in your job, and how to have a happy marriage, and how to balance, how to raise polite children. I mean, there's so many things in hers that I really like. So that would maybe be an example of like one of my morning commute shows. Her Build Your Tribe is much more how-to. That's how to grow yourself on social media. She's got tons of more strategic like business building tips. I love Joel Osteen because I just love his accent and I love his message, and he makes me feel good. So he might be an example of one of my morning podcasts that I listen to. Sarah Robbins, okay, you guys, hers are awesome. They're super short. She is the #1 Rodan and Fields. She was like a founding member of Rodan and Fields, and she makes like $100,000 a month. And her podcast is really good. It's all about recruiting. And they're really short. They're like less than 10 minutes. Every national wake-up call. I have listened to every national wake-up call that is available on podcast, and I get something out of every single one of them. Just fast forward through all the names and get to the good stuff. It only takes you about 15 minutes. And then the Platinum Edge. This is, the girl's name escapes me of who the coach is, but she's, I forget her name, but you'll recognize her when you see her. It's another good podcast that has a lot of specific how-tos. I listen to lots of audiobooks as well. I use the Audible app. You can actually get like a free book every month on there. I have their subscription. I think it's like $14 a month, and you can download as many books as you want. Be a Recruiting Superstar is awesome. This tells you every single job of people that make great coaches. So engineers, real estate agents, doctors, other nurses, teachers, people already in sales, people already in network marketing. They give you specifics of people to think about that are going to be good at network marketing. That's an awesome book. The one I'm reading right now, Recruiting Up, is awesome. It is, again, it's really short. It has scripts in it, and it's all about recruiting professional people into network marketing. It's super good. Miracle Morning for network marketers. That's just like helping you get into a routine. That one is really good. You Can, You Will is more of a feel good one. It's a Joel Osteen one, but it just like gets into your soul and it just like makes you want to go for it. So I always recommend that one. And then People Follow You. That's another really good one that just is just about how to get people to follow what you're doing. And then YouTube video. So I don't usually watch the video because most of the stuff is in the audio. So I just plug it into my car and I listen to it. There's a Beachbody series called The Best of the West. And it is really good. It's a lot of the top coaches. And again, it's not the fluffy stuff. It's like specific how-to stuff. So I would listen to all of those. I don't know why I have Recruiting Up on there. That's a typo. I must have copied and pasted that one. Sarah Robbins has a YouTube channel. She's super good. And then Melanie Mitro, Scotty Hobbs's channel, and Shay Stanford. Shay Stanford, I just like her. She's an ex-pharmaceutical rep. She's a, Millionaire Club with Beachbody. And I just feel like I relate to her because she kind of was in my same world with the job that I have. So hers is really good. And hers is all about professional people that are now Beachbody coaches. And then other just favorite things of mine. So again, Post Planner, that's my favorite scheduling software. I just think that there's a lot more to it than just scheduling. I really like it. It's worth the money. Teamsy is something that I just recently got. This is a way to help you organize your conversations with people. It helps you to rank. Like you can literally upload your entire Facebook friends list into this Teamsy. And what it does, it's a Beachbody coach that actually developed it. And what it does is it allows you can rank like the people that you're actively talking to. You're going to rank those people. And there's an algorithm within this software that's going to alert you when you need to get in contact with that person again. So it's like a way to keep in touch with people on a regular basis. And then Upwork, again, is the site that I use to find a virtual assistant when I did decide that I needed a virtual assistant. And then the other thing I guess I would put on there is cleaning lady and lawn service. When you get to the point that you can afford $50 for somebody to come and clean your house, just do it. It'll make your life way easier. I don't really like doing laundry anyway. And so being able to farm some of that stuff out allows me to have time with my family and allows me to not stress about a lot of the things that I don't like to do. So, hopefully with your Beachbody money, it'll give you an excuse to be able to get somebody to help you out with some of that stuff. Okay, so almost finished here, but Glenn and I were talking about this the other day and we were kind of laughing, but don't let your business get flabby. And really what I mean by that is all of us, let's just say P90X, for example, you do a P90X workout program and it's hard and you follow the schedule, or even 21 Day Fix. You're like going at it hard for 21 days and you get these great results. I mean, are you going to do that and like sit back and then go back to McDonald's? I mean, you're going to lose everything that you worked for. And we're not going to do that knowing how hard we work on ourselves and in our workouts and our eating. And honestly, the exact same thing goes for your business. So I see so many people, they get this diamond in their head or they get emerald in their head and they get there and then they just like stop. They just stall. And the thing is honestly, their business gets really flabby. So all of a sudden they've got all these inactive coaches and, then all the excuses start piling up like, oh, I just don't have the time to do this. And honestly, if you just do a little bit, literally a little bit every single day, maybe you're not going to be 6 figures in 2 years, like some of the people that do it, full time. But you know what? Who cares? What if you do it in 4 years? I mean, that's still awesome. But you just need to do it a little bit every single day. And then, just knowing that working coaches can be super successful. Even if you're doing this not to quit your job, there's so many things that are translatable to your job and just your skills as a person. So you can be super successful and try to spin it into more of an advantage than being a disadvantage. And keep it simple. So again, don't get overwhelmed with your posts. Do something super simple. Post a motivational quote at 7:30 a.m. Post a recipe at lunch. Do your workout and take a selfie of yourself and post that, and then post a call to action and repeat. That's all you have to do. And you can schedule all of that. So when life gets in the way, your social media is still going. And then use a calendar. So make sure that you plan. Don't use the throw spaghetti at the wall approach and hope something sticks, because it won't. And that working isn't an excuse. It can definitely be an advantage. And follow other working coaches. So, follow me, follow Shay Stanford, follow, Jeffrey Armbruster. He's, on the coach advisory board. He's in my upline, and he worked as a business building coach part-time for 4 years before he quit his job. And now he's in the Millionaires Club. So surround yourself and follow what other working coaches are doing. And then that will also help you to surround yourself with other working coaches, so you don't feel like, you're the only one working and everyone else isn't. And then just, again, ambition is the number one thing. When I really finally got rid of, when I realized that I can make over 6 figures doing this Beachbody business, I have the ambition. I've done extremely well in my job. Like, if you have that ambition that you can really do this, you can do it. And just being consistent, the ambition and consistency are everything. So just focus on that. And with that, I'll see if you guys have any questions.
All right, Lori, if you want to stop your screen share so that we can see everybody, that would be awesome.
Share. All right, there we go.
Thank you, Lori. That was a lot of good info.
Man, that was a ton of information. It makes me, it's like, who doesn't want to go get a job now, right?
Expand your network.
I mean, yeah, you really put a positive spin on that. And there is no spin. I think it's where you're at and taking and making the most of every situation that every single one of us is in. We need to evaluate that and look at it and say, okay, am I being efficient? Lori and I talked on the phone earlier this week, and we were talking about ambition, but then we were also talking about efficiency. And, you know, she's huge on efficiency. She didn't mention that too much in this, you know, in this call, but everything that you can do to streamline stuff and make it more efficient, which would include getting on a monthly schedule and knowing ahead of time, not going into your week because you've planned over the weekend, you've spent the 2 hours or the 2 hours each day over the weekend. You're going into your week prepared. Your posts are already there. That stress is off, and you can just go and do your thing and live your life, and, you know, continue to trust in the system and the process that you have in place. So, yeah, I mean, I wrote down a ton of information here. I hope you guys did. So
I have one question.
Okay.
Lori, do you post on your personal page, and do you have a like page too, or do you just use your personal page?
So that's a great question. Okay, I'm not going to claim that I have this like page figured out. Okay, I have a like page. I have about 4,500 people on the like page. I don't have time to come up with like a certain strategy for that page and a certain strategy for my personal page. So I just post the same thing on both.
Okay. That's what I've been.
I don't know the first thing about Instagram. My virtual assistant now, I had her get me on Instagram, and she's kind of like just taking whatever I have on Facebook and putting it on there, because I don't really even understand how all that hashtags and stuff works, to be honest with you. And like, so far I've done okay just on Facebook, and I do Pinterest a little bit. Okay. But what I use my like page for is when I have a free challenge. I used to run like ads to get likes on my page, but I felt like it was kind of like a waste of money. So, I mean, you want to have some likes. You probably want to have like 1,000 likes on your page to even look like a legit page. But what I use my like page for is when I run a free group, I do an ad on my like page for the free group, and those people will start to like my page, and I can friend those people because they have to be my friend for me to put them in the group.
Right.
So I pretty much just use my like page for like advertising the free groups. Or if I do want to run like an ad for my Facebook, like coaching opportunity and stuff, I do. But honestly, 95% of my coaches are still people that I know. So I think it's good to have one, but I don't think you need to get super worked up in like trying to plan some big, huge like page campaign.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good question, because I know I hear a lot of you guys talking about that too. Like page or your personal page. Where do you post? What do you post? And
I just post the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Perfect. Any other questions? If so, just raise your hand. We'll unmute you. Tiffany, hold on one second here. All right, Tiffany.
Okay. I really like the idea of what is your challenge group. So, because a lot of people really don't understand exactly what the value behind a challenge group. What are some suggestions that you might have of, how to organize that?
Okay, let me just, let me see if let me find mine, and I'll just show you guys. And I mean, I'm happy to share with you what these posts are. Okay.
You have it in like a Google Doc or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find this here.
Yeah, that's a good point, because I was talking to somebody today, and they were talking about, I could just burn a DVD off my friend, or I could just get it off YouTube or something like that. And I said, yeah, but listen, with that, you don't get me. The value of the accountability, the group atmosphere, the working out with one another to attain a certain goal, that is lost if you do that, because you're not going to be in my challenge group if you go and you do that. You're number one, you're probably going to feel weird about, coming to me at that point in time to be in my challenge group. But number two, it's not the right thing to do, but you're just not going to be in my challenge group, and you're going to lose out on, probably I'd say, I don't know what, 80 or 90% of what, or why people have success with these programs is because of the challenge groups and the training. So I think it's a good idea to focus more on the challenge group so that people see that they're getting more and more value to their purchase that they're making, from us.
Yeah, I'm going to see. Oh, hey, hang on. It's opening. My computer's like super slow.
Okay.
And I'll share with you guys.
Did I do a good job? I was trying to buy you some time.
Yeah, thanks. Not enough. All right, let me just see if this opens up. But while it's doing that, basically we just post about we'll give them some free meal plans. Oh, here it comes. We'll give them, we focus on the different workout programs. This is what 21 Day Fix is. This is what the 3-day refresh is. And then we do personal development. So every day somebody's going to listen to a personal development. All right, let me see if I can share my screen so you guys can see this. All right, can you guys see that Word document?
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
Make it big. Okay, can you guys see that?
Yeah, it's good.
So, let me scroll down. Common fears people have about challenge groups. So this is just an example of some of the posts that we have. Let me see. This is so slow. I'm so sorry. And then I do a video, what is a challenge group? What do you get in it? Here's common fears about being in a challenge group. I'm talking about the May promotions, success stories. So one person is in charge of success stories. So they're going to post before and afters of people that are in challenge groups. Let's see what challengers have to say about Shakeology. So in each one of these has a picture associated with it. These are different video, different personal developments that we'll recommend people check out. So
do you have people in your challenge group start reading personal development?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. So I'll just share with you this file, Glenn, so that you have it. All right. Let me figure out how to stop my share here. Okay. That good? All right. So yeah, I'll share that with you guys so you can start doing it. And again, I just started it last month, so I'm not going to claim that it's, I don't have numbers to say, oh, I signed up so many more challengers because of it, but I do think that it helps the team too. It's another thing that they can get used to inviting to.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Mafi, hold on one sec. Let me unmute you. Okay, you're unmuted.
Hey, Lori, thank you so much for all of this. It's so good. I have a question. So for challenge groups, you just do once a month. And then my question is, do you only add new challengers to that group, or do you also have people that have done challenges before that want to do it again?
So good question. At the end of every challenge group, I give people 3 options. One is continue on your own. I've had a great time, but I'm going on my own. Number 2 is I want to join your next group. Now, typically, I want them to stay on Shakeology to do the next group. Do I really check? Honestly, I don't have time to check to make sure they're still ordering. If they say they want to do it, I just put them in it. And then the third is I've been in, I want to be in your next group, and I also want to learn about how I can inspire people to join it. So that's kind of opens the door for them if they want to become a coach. I also advertise all my coach opportunities in my challenge groups. Okay. So I let all of them hey, if you guys are curious about, what we're doing as coaches and, how we earn income, we're going to host an event, feel free to be a fly on the wall. It's going to be tomorrow from 9 to 10 p.m. And I give away, that's the one thing I knew you didn't ask this question, but I give away free prizes in every one of my 3-day sneak peeks and the 1 hour things. Because you get a lot of people that want free stuff. And then I ask for referrals for everybody that tells me no, because now they know everything what a coach does and they might not want to do it. But even just the one that I just did, I got 2 like pretty good referrals from that and people that I could follow up with.
Okay. Do you do prizes on your challenge groups?
Yes, we do. We don't do points. I mean, I've tried to do the points. We'll do like the rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 on how you did on water and your meal plan and your workout. But the other thing that we did is each coach just picks a challenger of the week, and it's just, we have like a little template, and each one of our coaches sends a reminder, hey, don't forget to pick your challengers of the week this week. And then they just pick a person that maybe is just doing great with their workout and just publicly recognizes them. Okay. And then we give them a prize. Just send them a prize.
Okay. Do you ever kick out anybody from your challenge groups?
If I find out they're a rep for Plexus or something like that, they get kicked out.
No, but I mean, like if they're not participating, like what do you do?
I don't kick them out.
Yeah, what do you do?
I just send them a message.
Okay.
I try to, and this is honestly, this is something that my virtual assistant does for me now. I used to be terrible about this because I didn't have the time. So now that I can afford it, I do have her send out messages every week or every other week, just a little challenger check-in, just to see how they're doing.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else have any questions?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hold on, Mappy. Okay, I just muted you. I wasn't fast
I
enough.
want to ask you, you do your, I take it you do all of your challenges on Facebook, or have you ventured out on the new app?
So I do have the challenge tracker app. And again, I scheduled all the exact same posts that I posted on Facebook. In that, I don't have a ton of people. I think I have 5 people in that. And I do post in it. Like I post my Shakeology selfie and my workout selfie every day in that group just to keep it going. But most of my stuff is on Facebook.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Lori, for all the
Hey, you're welcome. And feel free to, if you guys have questions, you can post them in the event. I'm happy to share that with you. But I will, I'll share with you guys that 3-day sneak peek, all the posts and the images and stuff. And if there's anything else that you guys have questions on, feel free to send me a message.
All righty.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks everybody for getting on, and we will see you guys next week.
Have a happy Memorial Weekend.
Yes.
Thank you.